Alright, skinny man, play us a tune.
What? Hello, and welcome. This is MD Cat. Tyler, stop laughing, you fucking idiot. Alright.
I wanted to
Shut up!
So bad in the beginning.
We're peaking so good, I love it.
Alright. Well, hello everyone. This is Stop laughing! Okay. Alright, ignore him. My name is Eric, and this is...
I'm Kyle.
And the one laughing...
That's Tyler, no one cares about him.
I'm Tyler, nice to meet you.
We have him shackled in the basement. He might be a recurring member. We don't know yet. We haven't decided if we're gonna kill him yet.
I don't know why I find this so funny.
Well, this is MD Cast. We're just gonna talk about stupid stuff and girls.
What are those?
That new wax Snapchat filter.
Don't bring that up already.
That's jumping right into
Is that one of the topics?
No, but I guess it is now. Alright, so there's this new Snapchat filter out that if you're a guy, it can make you look like how you would look if you were a girl. And I gotta say...
I mean, theoretically, I imagine I'd be twice as ugly as that, but...
I saw what you would look like and you didn't look too bad. But I'm
I appreciate that.
I'm gonna be real with you when I say I would smash me as a girl.
Same, but no homo.
No homo, though.
Thanks, man.
I would smash you in the most heterosexual way.
I would respectfully smash.
Respectful smashing, man. We're already getting.
Have you not seen the one that's for girls, like turn them into fucking attractive men?
I have not.
Oh, it's some whack shit, bro.
I noticed that, and I tried to do it at first, but then I'm like, why would I need to do this?
I saw one of...
I'm already a man.
I'm already a man.
I saw one of fucking Riley Reid, and it was, if she was a guy, I would smash.
What does Riley Reid look like again? I'm not big into 3D.
Sorry, let me talk about a normal porn star real quick.
Yes, fill us in.
Enlighten me.
Enlighten us, brother.
And then we'll tell you why you're inferior.
Riley Reid, she all right. She's a part of the itty bitty titty committee.
All right, that's fair.
Okay.
That's fair.
But you know she got a big booty, so that's what she got going for her in the fucking porn industry. But she's like your typical petite, always in the teen category kind of girl.
Oh, like...
Even regardless of not being a teen anymore.
No.
Okay.
She's like fucking 25, maybe 26.
I guess she could get away with it.
Oh, yeah. But even then, she's not even on Pornhub anymore.
Teen is pretty loose because, like, you can't do... Obviously, you can't do it until you're 18.
Yeah.
Naturally.
But, yeah, even then, she doesn't even do much on Pornhub. She has her own fucking thing called Read My Lips, which is obviously a play off her last name. Then she has fucking some shit going with Adam and Eve. For those who don't know, Adam and Eve is a famous porn toy distributor website.
I actually do know about that one. Surprisingly, I hear
There
a fair
is.
amount of sex
On the
toy
radio.
shops on the radio.
Yeah. She even has her own little pin of her fucking sucking on a banana like she's sucking on a dick.
Pin?
Yeah, a pin. You can
So
actually buy
Put
like,
that on.
clothes.
Just go to a con or something, and you have one of those backpacks covered in pins, and just have one of them Riley Reid.
Yeah, I'd get a Riley Reid pin.
So what's this Read My Lips thing? What's that about?
It's basically like
It's
her
porn.
own little porn site where she does her own thing.
So it's like Shad
Brazzard
Base
and all
opposed
that.
to R34. I see.
That's probably like the difference between us here. This man's talking about Read My Lips, and we're like, oh, so it's Shad Base.
It's Shad, man.
You guys prefer your 2Ds. You know, sometimes 3D can be alright.
I can agree with that.
If
you're looking for perfect,
2D. But the reason why I love Riley Reid so much is she's very connected with the YouTube community. Like she's done stuff with Raka, Logan Paul, not pornos, but like funny videos and skits.
Well, I'm sure she is very connected with tubes.
Listen to this. One of the most searched things on Pornhub for a solid week was Raka and Riley Reid. Because fucking, there's a thing that...
Wait, Rocka
Are you talking like
Rocka as
Rocka
in like...
Alley?
No, not that one.
Oh,
Okay.
that's what I thought that you meant. Rockasworld.com.
Nah, the Rocka twins. They're Aussie pranksters. They make like high quality videos.
Pranksters fucked my sister.
We'll get to that later.
Oh no.
There's been a whole trend like that lately.
God,
More
we're
Oh,
not
I've
so
seen
filthy
those like
sometimes.
kissed my mom, gone wrong, gone sexual.
That was a recent one.
That just reminds me of those.
That was
those.
prank invasion.
It reminds me of those like fake Japanese porn game shows where it's like fuck this mystery woman, and then it's and someone.
Oh,
comes
it's
out-
my dad.
Fuck your daughter.
Exactly. No, don't come yet. That's your mother. Oh.
Too late.
Okay. Nani?
But yeah, one of the Rocket twins was like dating basically Riley Reid for a bit.
Dating. Air
Solid.
quotes. Dating.
It was very debatable. They
It's
could've just been-
debatable.
Which one of you said that she was the dead one?
I did, cause wasn't she dead?
Riley Reid?
She came back.
Whoa! Riley- I followed her on
who was-
Instagram
People
and
were
Snapchat.
people were so sad about her loss that they dug her up.
She's still a state boy.
Fucking weekend at Riley's.
What if she's not actually alive? They're just operating her like a marionette. in strings and shit.
But I thought I had heard once before that she was dead.
I know
And
that
I
one
don't
of them
keep up
died.
with them 3Ds, so I don't actually know. But I mean, fuck it, it's not the first time I've been wrong.
I don't remember which one it was, but I remember even when I was at work, like more people were talking about it than I thought that I would. Like not only the people around my age were talking about it, and they were like, they weren't sad, but they were like, yeah, she's dead. But like all the 40-year-old guys there too, that are like, yeah, she's gone.
It is the great equalizer, isn't it?
Mhm.
Gucci.
I think I know what you're talking about. Like a porn star did die a couple of years back. She was like a really well-known one, but she was like that MILF type, I think. So that's probably why the 40-year-olds are sad, because you know they remember being their meat to her when they were 20.
Eating their yeet.
Yeah.
Eating their skeet.
All right, so in case we ever ran out of things to talk about, I have a literal top hat with literal pieces of paper in there at random that I wrote topics out on.
Literally wrote.
I even have it here. I can shake it around. There's a little bit of ASMR there for you.
Oh boy.
I'm gonna hand this over to Kyle. and
Wait,
he's
wait,
gonna
oh,
pick one
man.
out.
before we pull a topic out, can we talk about ASMR for a second?
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
ASMR is the most fucking disgusting thing.
Oh, so I'm not the only one
ever.
who thinks that.
I love it because of all the really niche, stupid ones. Like, I could go and I don't really listen to any of them, but I just go and look at all the related titles of the ones that I'm, like, looking at, like...
You're talking
floor
about Cardi
cleaning.
B, surviving
Yeah, the
Cardi B
surviving
ASMR.
Cardi B one.
That one's a pretty good one.
Well, there's like been some like I think the thing that like exploded the ASMR thing within the past couple of years is the fucking one black lady who was fucking eating pickles. and fucking
That's
chicken.
exactly what I was just thinking about, because I hate that one so much.
Bro, if you're fucking eating into my left or right ear, I'm gonna fucking sock you a new
If
one.
you're eating, like, in my fucking face, please stop.
Let's do a very short ASMR here, gentlemen. I'll start us off.
I don't think you need to-
We're gonna title this one Public Stall Bathroom Diarrhea Session.
I think you might need to switch the mic settings.
Oh, that's fine.
Just whisper real close.
Hi everyone, you're listening to my succulent voice. I ate a really, really, really large amount of Taco Bell today, and I gotta shit. I'm in the public bathroom right now, but I don't want anyone to hear me shit, so I'm gonna see if I can let out a little bit right now. Oh, that might have been a little bit too much. I felt a rumbling. Doof, 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 doof. Oh no, somebody's in here. He's taking a fat whiz. Oh no, he might hear. Oh god, it's coming.
You just destroyed the mic so hard. That's gonna be fun in post.
Oh my god.
That's enough. I'm not doing any more of that. I feel disgusting.
We are disgusting.
One more. You guys know what mukbang is?
What?
Never heard of it.
You don't know what mukbang is?
Mukbang or
Yeah.
mutbang?
Mukbang.
Muck. What is it?
It's not some weird Japanese bukkake kind of shit, but a mukbang is basically you sit in front of a camera. It's basically like a podcast, but while you're doing the podcast, you're eating a bunch of food at the same time.
Oh, okay. That's not what I thought.
That's a mukbang.
Every time you cough, you kill the mic.
I'm sorry.
Stop doing that.
I'm dying.
Die quieter.
I'll try.
If you find yourself needing,
We
to
need
cough,
we need
just
to
cover
edit
your
one of
mouth.
those
No,
like
do that.
you know those computer like things in the hospital. It's like beep.
No flatline
Yeah.
or
Let it
that's
one
a
of those in the
heart
background.
or whatever.
Yeah. One of those.
Yeah. It was Tyler dies ASMR.
That would be fucked.
It's just very loud coughing. You fucking
And us slowly whispering beside him like, Tyler, we're gonna be here with you till the end.
I mean, that's probably gonna happen eventually.
Honestly, that would be a great video idea for us.
Yeah, but
Tyler dies.
the
Frank
channel
Dunn,
will be long gone and dead.
Prank on Bright, fuck off.
Wow, dude, we gave Tyler cancer. Beat it in you.
I bet the mukbang thing. Not the fucking, oh, I'm gonna die.
How about we do it where we're drinking instead?
Oh, dude, that's why we
That would
died.
just be an
alcohol
podcast.
poisoning.
Yeah, fair.
I think we'd get too drunk, we can't even fucking operate this shit anymore.
I mean, I can't operate it, and I'm sober.
Oh well, let's pick something.
Let's reach into the magic hat.
Can I reach?
No,
No.
because you're gonna read them first. I know what kind of guy you are.
What have we got?
Of course I'd read it.
What anime harem troop each of
Trope.
us would trope. You said troop.
I don't know
Each
how
of
to
us
spell.
would be. Others choose. All right. So,
What's the
what
question
are
asking?
anime harem tropes?
Like, what kind of girl would you be? Like Sundari, Yandere?
Oh, like
any
what
of that?
specific character?
Yeah.
I don't know. Probably dead.
That's not a trope. That's just a way of life, or specifically the end of it.
Yeah, that's a fair point. I don't know. It would probably judging myself on such a thing.
No, other
is
people
difficult.
choose for you.
Oh, well then choose for me. What am I gonna be?
I don't know.
That's very
Well, that's
useful.
really useful.
Me and Tyler are supposed to congeal and then figure that out, and then you guys do
I'm
the
still
same
trying
for
to
each of
figure
us.
out what the question is, I'll be honest.
Okay,
You know-
picture this. You're Tyler. You're in a harem. You have a bunch of big titty, small titty, like big booty, whatever.
Oh, yeah.
All kind of girls, but they
Beautiful
all have
titty
different
girls.
personalities that you need to respect. But
Emphasis on respect.
Respect women.
but like all those different personalities.
Which
Like
one would be
one.
Kyle?
Yes.
Which one would
Would
be
all of us-
all
Which
of us?
Kyle? Which one? Fuck! Doesn't matter. We get it. Fucking retarded, but okay. Oh,
What would I be? What would he be? And then we decide what will you be, and what will he be, and what will me be, and we be.
I'm just trying to think like the generics of each.
Thanks. I feel
No, listen.
flattered.
I'm just trying to think of all the personalities you would see in a harem-based anime.
You got like your yanderes and your tsunderes.
And you can even get into the
yaredares.
more like niche ones, like those, like what oh I forget what her name is, but in Neon Genesis, the one that always drinks and then she gets really loud and laughs, like even those kinds.
That's you.
Oh,
You
okay.
just perfectly described yourself.
Okay.
Uh,
Sweet.
I think he would be.
You wouldn't be Yandere.
You know, like the generic, like nerdy type with the big glasses. That like that's
You mean
usually.
the type that I would smash?
Listen, shut up. But the type.
You are what you eat.
Nice.
But yes, the typical nerdy type who's quiet, but as soon as you get to know them, they're fucking like a completely different person.
Like a fucking idiot? Yeah, makes sense.
like Tomoko from Watamote. He's not that degenerate though. Maybe. I don't know what you do on your own.
Well, yeah, let's just keep it that way.
I see Kyle as like that.
Oh boy.
Okay, I can see it, I guess. Like
There's
the one green-haired girl from Shimonetta, but not like her.
I mean, to be fair, she's always kind of just the way she is. It's not like she changes how she acts in certain places. But I mean, I can see what you're getting at. You're getting at the whole thing of how I'm not very social. I don't do well with people until we boolin', and then I prove why no one likes me.
There you go. Perfect.
Yeah, I dig it.
That took a dark turn.
I dig it. I don't dig it.
I am not digging it inside, but no.
Now, what would Tyler be?
Tyler's pretty whack. He's already...
Tyler is pretty whack.
Yeah.
He'd be one of those whack girls. I mean, he's already pretty social. He already gets out there. Much more than I do, anyway.
I don't know. I feel like a woman.
We're kind of fucking basing ourselves off women.
Oh, that's just... I mean, we already used the Snapchat filter. We're already on.
Tyler would be...
And use a character I would know.
You'd be... You know, you remember the American girl from Girls in Panzer? The one with the big titties?
Yeah.
Either way, she's blonde. But...
Alright, I know her visually, but I don't know anything about her.
Kind of remind me of her. Kind of.
I don't know if that's an insult or a compliment.
It's probably a good thing.
I'll put it this way. She's my favorite girl.
Alright, then.
Damn, you're the favorite girl.
You are Tyler, ding, 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 Tyler's best girl.
Dress him up real pretty.
If Connor was here, what would he be?
Connor, he'd be probably like...
He'd be that fucking,
He would be...
that calm, cold, and collected.
He would be a tsundere, but one that actually isn't interested in you.
Just a non-interested tsundere. It's like they act normal or whatever, or cold to you, and then you get to know them and they're just even more cold.
Oh yeah, we should probably say this for the lovely listeners as well. Connor is another one of our friends that will most likely be coming onto the podcast as well.
Eventually. He's a more productive member of society than we are, so... Well, I mean, me.
Hey, I'm trying.
Yeah, we all try.
I have a full-time job, but that doesn't stop me from booling.
Booling with the boys. Alright, we have figured ourselves out and we have discovered our inner anime.
Our inner anime girl.
Another
Nice.
option.
Always with the options. So, are we
Can
gonna...
I choose it this time?
No!
Why is he choosing?
Okay,
because
fine,
I'm
fine.
a fancy motherfucker. I can tip hats already.
Fuck your hat. It's fucking broken.
We all wear hats. And
Mine's better.
they're all
You wear yours
cowboy
backwards.
hats.
Oh, you want to fucking walk around like this?
Yes.
Yes.
Actually.
You gotta... If you want to...
What's the difference? You just flip your hat around.
I like it this way.
It's because he's the hip-hopinist. So, I guess we'll reach in here.
Just let him pick, or else he's gonna complain again.
No, I won't.
Okay, we'll come down to the next one, and then
I'm gonna prove that I'm actually a yandere girl, and I'm gonna stab you all because I didn't get to pick from the hat.
I'm gonna kill you all.
Exactly.
I'm gonna
See?
hide those swords over there. Then they're for my personal use now.
Alright, go on.
Alright. Wishty wash. What's in the magic hat?
Other way.
Oh, I was just scribbling.
What's on the other side?
It looks like you tried to say
The pen wasn't working.
Oh. High school memory. Well, don't you know, high school never ends.
Yes,
I
it
got
does.
some
I'm out of
with
high
Eric.
school.
I got some good ones with Eric. And some bad ones.
Fooling
With me?
Eric.
What did I do?
It's not what you did, it's what happened in the class.
Oh, did I kill you?
Yes.
Is that when I killed
Please.
you? I bashed your head in with a shovel until you were bloody pulp on the ground?
Yes.
Because you said that you wanted to pick the hat?
That's so.
That was actually 2 minutes from now.
Oh shit!
Damn, high school really does never end.
But yeah, fucking French class.
Oh god.
Miss.
This
Deep
the
and down.
bitch. Fucking greatest. Fucking. We had to make a whole restaurant menu in French. And
I remember that.
Me and Eric were just sitting there like, what would be good foods? And he's like, he was like, mushroom soup. You know, that's a decent.
Yeah, that's
decent soup.
yes, decent.
I'm gonna be real with you. I even remember the reason for picking that. It's because I already knew what mushroom was in French, so I deemed that half the work was already done.
That's a good idea, honestly.
So we did it perfectly the way she wanted, but when it came to saying the mushroom soup, it was like soup champignon or some shit like
Champignon.
Yeah,
that. And
French
she's like, oh yeah, you got it wrong.
Oh, yeah, naturally.
There was a bunch of whack stuff that happened in that class.
I
Do you remember? I'm not gonna say his name because they might
They'll
hear
find
this
us
and
and
not
they'll kill
like
us.
it. Yeah, they'll kill us. This man is a psycho.
Yeah.
But
naturally.
he was a large lad, and
Big boy, big boy.
he was speaking out of turn.
I think I know who you're talking
And
about.
then she said, "You need to go out into the hall," and then he said, "You're a fat racist," meaning that she was being racist towards fat people. But she took that the wrong way because she is also large.
I mean,
So-
I think that's the right way you take it when you call someone a fat racist.
Yeah, so I don't know how the wires got crossed there. I don't know what he was trying to say.
I mean, I can sympathize. I also say stupid things before I think about what they actually mean.
Do you remember that other kid in that class that, like, he showed up 3 times, but he had 2 cell phones, an iPod, and then an iPod, like a smaller iPod, and he came in with his hood on, he sat down, and then the teacher was like, okay, it's time to do French, and then he pulled out his phone and started watching That's My Boy by Adam Sandler, and then they went over, they took his phone away, he pulled out his second phone, started watching it again from where he left off, went over and took that one, and then he pulled out his iPod, and then he had his other iPod in his hand ready for that one to get taken away, and then he kept watching That's My Boy.
That's my boy.
I remember that guy. I was just about to mention that. But then there was the other moment where I remember just sitting by the window. And as I fucking looked to my left, because her class was looking at Walmart,
Yeah.
I remember looking to my
Was
left.
it looking at Walmart? I thought that it was looking at the road.
No, I was looking at Walmart.
The road to Walmart.
Like, it was like the
The
fence,
road to the
then
road.
Walmart, like the
Oh,
parking
yeah,
lot.
yeah.
But then I remember looking to my left, and all I see is the fucking guy's face right on the window, peeking into the class.
Where's my phone?
Exactly. Dude, that shit scared me. Cause all I do is this, and fucking his face is just there, right on the glass.
Smack your own nose like an idiot.
Wait, Tyler, put your hand back on your face.
Why? Just do
I
it.
want to see if you have cancer.
Fuck off. You're just gonna drop kick your hand in the face.
Oh, podcast over. We dropkick Tyler.
That'd be perfect content.
Well, I remember a few things. I remember there was always fun stories. I never interacted with Eric or Tyler very much at the beginning of high school, but I remember
You guys were fucking off in your own class, especially you and Connor. We didn't really start talking until like grade 10.
Yeah, it was
You
because
guys
of
were off in
Connor
your
that I
own
talked
class.
about
I
it.
was off in my own world.
You was just bullying, but I
You were an
remember
interesting kid.
I was
I
loud.
remember Eric was specifically in my my gym class, and there was always a lot of whack shit that would happen in there. But there was the one famous event where he gets a nosebleed.
Oh.
He's bleeding everywhere. He goes into
I'll
the
give
bathroom.
you the bird's eye view. I have the full
full
story.
deets.
So picture this: we're all sitting down, cross-legged on the floor. Our gym teacher's barking orders at us like, "You guys are fucking fat." Like, you know, the usual.
Wasn't wrong.
What teacher did you have?
I'm not gonna say his name, but he was tall.
He was a
and
pretty
he had-
stellar dude, though.
He had very skinny legs.
I saw what you did there.
But anyway, we were all just sitting there cross-legged, and I'm not gonna lie, I'll be completely honest when I say my nose was stuffy, so I started picking my nose. I pull it out to see what was there, and then just blood started pooling out of my mouth. I mean,
That's some whack shit there.
my nose. It started pulling out of my mouth. Satanic runes started appearing all over the walls.
Yeah, that's how high school ended
I
for
wouldn't
me.
be surprised at.
I killed a goat. It was fun.
We had to crawl out of the eclipse after that one. Wee.
But my nose started bleeding profusely, and then I didn't know what to do, so I just kind of stood up, interrupted the whole thing, and I said, "My nose is bleeding!" and then the teacher let out the big sigh and said, "Okay, go into the bathroom."
Sigh.
And then he goes and he tries to push on the bathroom door. I am too, and it is an opening. So then I go into the girls' bathroom, which is right beside there, and it's like the girls' bathroom / locker room. And I go in there. My nose is just bleeding like a. You ever seen that picture after a horse's nosebleed? It was like that.
Yeah,
like the whole
they put
room
them in,
is
like,
covered
the
in blood.
nosebleed rooms.
Yeah, and it was just all over the floor. I went into the bathroom. I started blowing my nose into the toilet, and I was blowing my nose into the sink, trying to like wipe it off. And eventually it did stop. But I was like, God, I was pale as a ghost, and it was to the point that I probably lost enough blood that I felt ill. I felt sick. So I said,
pretty cool.
I'm going home. And I forgot to clean up any of it. I didn't clean up the bathroom. I didn't clean up the floor or anything. So I go home. I come back the next day, and then the word all over the school is some chick had a massive period or whatever in the girls' bathroom.
Is that what that story was?
Yeah, that's
Yes!
where that came from.
That was me.
I heard about that story. I was like, oh, poor fucking girl, but fuck off. that
was me.
That's amazing.
I remember hearing a lot of that story on the same day. Like, because I didn't interact with anyone. I'm a little recluse myself. And I just hear people are going around, people in the change room, and you just hear them was like, yeah, some chick just fucking, she bled everywhere. Massive period. I'm like,
you wouldn't
oh,
expect
gosh.
the people from Eric's class to be like, oh no, that wasn't a lady, that was Eric.
Why would they? If I was them, I'd say no. Some chick had her period.
It was
like that's funny.
It was years. It was years later that I found out that was fucking Eric that did that, and it was this moment of realization, like my God,
that was probably the event, like the big thing that happened in school when I was there, and I was the catalyst for it.
It
we
was
talk
a fun
about
event.
good old Miss P?
Miss P, Miss Pinton. What was
No
her
one
name?
could fucking pronounce her name.
No, that's
Oh,
fine
I
anyway,
see why
so
we're
they
not trying
can't
to-
find her. But yeah, we had some good times in that
She
class.
was a salty bitch.
No, I didn't mind her that much.
Not like that. I call her the salty bitch because she fucking loved her salt. We'd be
Oh yeah,
Eric and I would be cooking, and you know how chefs would be like,
quote unquote
"Pinch,
cooking.
pinch."
We were on dish duty all the time.
The 1 week we did cooking.
Yeah, that 1 week, that one very special week of ours.
But like you know how chefs would put like a few pinch for salt. We had like a maybe a liter container full of salt. Towards the end, it was all gone. She was insane with it. She'd be like, not enough salt. It's fucking gone. Still not enough salt, but fucking gave up.
2 shots of salt.
Honestly, that's what she was like.
I remember
Since we're on
a lot of our best times were in the later years when we got to drama.
Oh yeah.
Drama was
Table
just
gang.
it was
The
shooting
table
the
gang.
shit all day.
I don't think we did any work in that class.
We did
looking
not
back.
do. It was a lot of just fucking around, and then it's like,
We
oh
legit
yeah,
did what
deadlines.
drama
We
class
improv'd
was.
everything.
We improv'd everything.
We weren't doing bad either.
We were pretty. And the funny thing is, because that teacher, she was a good lady, but she was obviously pretty like done with us as people a lot of the time. But apparently, we were her favorite class. But
I think I
had
told
her.
you guys that. 'Cause
Yeah.
I visited her not so long ago. I was like, do you miss us and all that? She's like, yeah, you guys were my favorite class out of everyone.
Yeah, we were the best, and we
Oh, we were like the most delinquent.
yeah, but we were.
We didn't do
entertaining.
anything bad. We just didn't do anything.
And we, I had her as an English teacher like multiple years before. I think it was like my first.
That's
year
how
of high
I
school.
met you.
I think I had it for
Yeah,
Jake.
probably in there. And I
I'm
remember-
gonna tell that story after this.
It was fun times, but I remember she was an alright teacher, And then we get to drama, and I remember her specifically commenting to me, it's like, Jesus Christ, Kyle, you're a different person in drama. Like, in English class, you were just like, you were good at the work, you always did the things right, and you did them well, but you were quiet and didn't talk to anyone. Now you get into drama and you're a fucking animal. And I'm like, I'm sorry.
I was an animal in both classes.
Well, that little clap.
Well, that's not our first peak.
Do you see that clap? Do you see that visible clap that I did?
I mean, to be fair, I actually did see the clap. I'm sitting right next to him.
Oh, well, yeah, fair.
We're good. So tell us about our fateful meeting.
Since we're on the topic of high school memories, we might as well just say how we all met. I'll say how I met Kyle, and then we'll go on from... Kyle isn't my mother.
We'll start by like
Don't talk bad.
We'll talk about the start of all of our relationships. I can't go on about Kyle, Connor, and I because we met in public school.
So I was a young rowdy boy in English class in grade 9, and I was just sitting there. I wouldn't say minding my own business because I was screaming audibly loud when I was having trouble with my work. But then we kind of had a desk change, and I was seated beside Kyle, and Kyle was relatively quiet, unlike myself. So
very much so.
I was grasping for anything socially, and I saw that he was reading. I believe it was Gunslinger Girl, and
one of my many patented mangas that I have on me at all times.
Fucking enough manga to break a whole shelf.
That involved my chin.
We'll get to that later.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
But I had no idea what manga or anime was back then. I actually wasn't into anything back then to think about it other than video games.
Oh, don't you try to hide that past.
No.
we don't go there yet.
Actually, I wasn't even into that then. But he was reading Gunslinger Girl, and I noticed like, oh, that's a weird backwards book.
Yeah, well,
weird backwards book.
But and I said, what's that? And he just kind of cocked his head around, looking already disinterested with the conversation, and said, "This is Gunslinger Girl," and then went back to reading. And I said, well, what's that art style? And he said, it's manga. And then kept reading, and I said, oh, okay. And then after that, all that I learned out of that was what manga was and anime. And then I did not speak to him for another, probably around a year and a half.
Yeah, probably like a year.
That's how I met Kyle.
Yeah, that's the high school thing when you're sitting around reading manga all day, and then you deal with people who are kind of like insufferable about it.
Asking about it simply to make fun of you about it.
Oh yeah, there's always some of that. And I'm just naturally not social enough, so I'm like, there's this guy. Fuck off.
When it comes to meeting, I think I should probably explain like all of our stories.
All of our
except the public school ones.
The tale teller.
Like how I met Eric was first in grade 9 French. We talked a bit, kinda on and off. When I needed a partner, Eric was always there.
Because
he's still always there.
I was always shelled out on my own because I was insufferable.
Yeah, but I liked you. But then there was grade 10 hospitality and tourism.
That was the big.
I was like, oh, my boy Eric is in this class. We're going to become friends. So whenever it came to like partners or groups, Eric and I were always together. Even with those fucking one cucks who kept on trying to steal Eric from me. I was like, nah, nigga, Eric's mine.
He's my boy.
Which ones were they? Oh, I know the ones.
I can't remember the name. But they were fucking stupid and never did any work.
Yeah, they had us do all the work.
Yeah.
Naturally.
But anyways, let's get on with the good...
The good, the bad, and the ugly.
I regret this, I'll be honest.
Us and us.
Yes.
Introducing Eric to Kyle and Connor. The start of a new era.
This was my downfall.
We led him down a dark path, and that's where he is now.
This was at the time, the way Eric was, it was a good/bad thing. It was good because we got him out of the funk he was in. May he never go back there again. But I said funk, so don't worry. But the bad thing is we introduced him to the world of anime.
And then by extension, the even worse ladder, manga.
No.
Manga is all
You
him.
turned me into the monster that I am.
The monster.
This has been a good thing, though.
The monster.
Monster.
Yeah,
You
introducing
did the
Eric
monster mash.
to Kyle and Connor might have been my worst, my greatest achievement or mistake.
It's
You sold
like
your
when
entire kingdom for a horse.
it's
Yes.
like when you get an achievement for getting the bad ending. You feel accomplished because you got it, but
No.
at what cost?
It's like getting that achievement from fucking Lollipop and Chainsaw where you gotta look up this girl's skirt for 10 seconds.
Everyone knows.
That's
Am
what
I
you
the
felt
am
like.
I the girl or am I the skirt?
You're the achievement. I regret getting
Who's,
it.
who's the girl and who's the skirt? Are you the girl? Are you
Who's
the
the
skirt?
camera?
No, I regret looking up
I
that
thi-
girl's
you know
skirt.
what?
The world is the camera.
You're the camera. We are the skirt, and the manga was
The
the
achievement.
panties. The achievement was the friends
No,
we
there,
made
there
along the
wasn't
way.
panties. It was just the man's face.
Oh no.
That was panties.
What? I thought that was the man's face. You look up and the guy's like, "Rah!"
No. That might have been something else.
I could have sworn it was the dude's face. I never actually played that game though.
Neither
No
did
one
I.
did.
Same kind of thing with Nier Automata. I only bought that game because my dick wanted that game.
Fair enough. There's even jokes inside the game. Like, oh yeah, you guys just want to fuck 2B, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's all you want to do.
That was it. I even remember making her run and trying to look up her skirt, and then they put it in the game that she'd look back at the camera and swipe it away.
Yeah, like how you angle the camera upward so you look up.
The
She actually
amount
kicks it.
of porn that came out of that game within the first few months, and just to the point where the creator added memes about it inside his
The
game.
creator was already. I mean, people ask like, "Why'd you put this lady in this fucking weird fetish outfit? What's wrong? What do you have to say for yourself?" His answer was, "I just like it. All right, I like women."
I like women.
I can respect
Didn't
that.
he even say that he wanted people to put all of the stuff that they made of her into a file and send it to him?
Probably.
I remember a meme about that, and knowing him, it's probably true.
Probably. Man's a legend.
Man is
a lad. I respect him greatly.
We were initially talking about how we met, and now we're on fucking 2B.
It kind of evolves.
Both literally and metaphorically.
Yes.
Any other? Should we talk about prom?
Prom was another defining moment in
Fuck yeah.
our friendship.
Chef.
We're gonna have to bleep out that name, probably.
That's not his name.
Is that?
Shut up. Yes, it is.
I can't
That's
believe
not-
I just fell for that.
That's not his real name.
If that's even your real name, I can't believe I always fall for that shit.
That's not his real name.
I'll call him Chef for now. But Chef
Boyardee.
Yeah,
There
it's
you go.
Mr. Boyardee.
Chef Boyardee asked us if we wanted to volunteer for prom, and Eric and I was talking like,
We were in grade 11 at the time, I believe.
yeah,
So we were doing that as like extra credit to get more volunteer hours.
yeah, and yeah, we decided like, why not? Why not do it? We got food, we got drinks out of it. Not
Ooh,
drinks,
man,
but like
drink.
the drinks they had.
Drinks that were
They
not
were pretty
the kind
good
we
because they
drink
had that
more nowadays.
fucking Hawaiian tropical blue punch shit.
Yes.
I love that. But one of the most memorable things I remember is a teacher came in, or someone asked for ice. So I pick up an ice bag. I fucking dropped that shit onto the ground.
Yeah, you
That-
lifted it above your head and then you just let it fall.
Yes, and that
You're
shit
supposed
exploded.
You're supposed to delicately bash it on the ground. You aren't supposed to lop it over your head and.
But the teacher looked at me like the most confused way possible. Like, bro, why did you do that? I was like, I don't know.
Why are you do?
There's a lot of dishes that night.
Oh yeah, we
Good
were on
thing
dish
you're
duty, you
veterans
know,
of
like
the dish.
usual. Do you remember all throughout high school after cooking class, my hands were beet red all the time because I was always on dish duty?
Yeah.
My hands are still kind of red because of that. I have permanent burns. Do
I
you
figured
remember
that
the
was just your
chocolate?
current work.
Do you remember the chocolate?
Chocolate.
Like, we had to melt chocolate in the microwave for some reason, and I don't know why, but the teacher handed me a plastic cup to do that in.
Oh.
And I say, okay, whatever, being the dumb young man I am. I grabbed the chocolate. I put it in the microwave for like 2 minutes or so because it was a lot of chocolate to have it melted up. I grab it, and then the cup just kind of breaks in my hand, and then steam and hot chocolate shoot out one of the cracks and all over my finger, and it is still brown.
God damn. I just remember I was the first accident of grade 10. Fucking, I
First of many.
Yeah, fair enough. But yeah, I fucking cut my finger open by cutting bread.
Bread.
Let's get this bread.
That is not how you get this bread. That's how you get this cut.
That's how I got that class.
Hey, you don't have to be in class if you're bleeding all over the food.
Nah, Miss P didn't care. She's like, oh yeah, just bandage it up, put a glove on, go back to work.
Just put a glove on.
But even though, like, if
Wear
you
a
had,
nice, delicate white
if you had
glove.
Chef Boyardee, he'd be like, okay, yeah, you can just sit out for the rest of the class. She can't risk.
Contamination.
Yeah.
You get chocolate in your bloodstream.
Yeah.
Good
Yeah.
times them high school was sometimes.
Yeah, not bad. Not
Should we
great.
talk about he who should not be named?
There are probably many he who should not be named, but we shouldn't name anyone.
Who?
Kyle number 3.
Oh, the other Kyle. We know a lot of Kyles. I am one of them.
Kyle number 3.
Yeah.
Kyle that we...
Remember him?
Oh, I don't remember. Kind of.
Yeah.
You guys have more stories.
We
with him
have
than
more.
I do.
We have more time with him because he was back in elementary, and I mean that's the funny thing. I remember
He was
meeting.
for a bit.
I remember him, but I don't remember him.
It was way because I remember initially meeting him back in grade.
Public school.
Yeah, because that was back in grade 6. So that was when I met Connor, who was with him, and we booled for a while. That's also where I met the other Kyle and the other Kyle and the other Kyles that I don't talk to, and a lot of the Kyles because I know a lot of Kyles.
There are a lot of Kyles in this world.
Yes.
Yeah.
There can only be one though. I'm working on that.
You want help?
Please.
I have a few Kyles I don't like, but then I have a lot that I do.
Oh, thanks,
They
bro.
all must die.
I mean, I think thanks.
You are not one that I like.
Oh,
I
no.
invited you here to kill you.
Is that why there's a gun behind my seat?
Yes.
Oh.
Check under your seats, everyone. There's a gun.
Oh, there's beans. But yeah, I had met them back in grade 6. I remember I met Tyler. I first met him back in grade 3 because that's when he first came to the school. And by met I mean, yeah, we can't say the names, you dummy. But
Tony Hawk.
Yes, Tony Hawk. We met Tony
yeah,
Hawk.
our teacher
He's
Tony
not
Hawk.
doing
He
too
was
well.
rad.
Oh, I see. You looked like Tony Hawk.
A very tall, lanky, bearded Tony Hawk that didn't look anything like Tony Hawk. Yes.
You looked like Tony Hawk.
No, he didn't.
A little bit.
I mean, everybody looks like Tony Hawk.
He looked
They all
like
got,
Shaggy. He looked like an older Shaggy.
Everybody's got like 2 legs,
You know what he
2
actually
arms,
looked like?
2 dicks. You know.
You know that.
Absolutely.
You know that one Shrek meme where it's like my pee-pee itches, then next you know he fucking starts dancing.
No.
I do, but I don't want to acknowledge that I do.
This kind of looks like that.
He looks
Said
like-
his name again, you dummy.
Fuck.
That's just more beeping, Tyler.
I need to find like some stupid beep sound effect. Thanks, guys.
I didn't say anything.
Yeah, thanks, Tyler. Yeah, and then I met these
Only
people.
once
It's funny because I
pick the
met
hat.
I
Oh,
met
I
these
know.
people on a
Dude.
whim, and that's
What?
why we're here. We're here on a whim, guys.
We're all here on a whim. This is one big whim.
Whoa, living on a whim.
Oh, we're halfway whimming.
I didn't really start talking to Kyle and Connor until fucking grade 8. That's when you
Fucking
guys just started
ladies.
fucking sitting around me because Damon sat beside me.
Yeah.
Stop saying people's
He
names.
can be named.
Damon
It doesn't matter.
Damon doesn't matter. No one knows Damon.
Well-
we barely know Damon. We don't talk to Damon. We haven't talked to him in years.
Yeah, he
Fair.
became like one of those generic flexer kind of people.
Yeah. I hear he was always a pretty good guy, but I only ever
He was
knew
funny,
of him.
but he was kind of
We're,
retarded.
we're talking too much about only stuff that we would know.
Yeah.
Another hat.
Yeah. More hat. Hatty Watty. Show me the
More
Dad.
hat job.
Hit me with that gat.
Did I ever tell you guys about hat job?
You told me about hat job. Then you made a random
The
Snapchat
fuck?
meme about hat job.
Oh my god, it was a dream
You
that I
don't know
had.
about hat job?
You don't
You've
know
never
about
been-
hat job? Oh my god.
You never
Everybody
been-
knows about hat job.
You guys never tell me anything.
Remember last year at hat job? Fucking my grandpa came and
Yeah,
oh
it
my
was
god,
sick. He played the banjo. He cracked it over some dude's head.
dude,
it was crazy.
amazing. Hat job's
Okay,
the best.
so for Tyler's knowledge and everybody else listening, I have some pretty strange dreams, and I have them very often. But one of the most recent ones that I had was I dreamt that I was at my work and I was in the break room, and all of my coworkers came over and they started crowding around me asking like, "Are you going to hat job?" And I said, "Well, what's hat job?" And they kept going like, "Oh, you don't know what hat job is? Have you been living under a rock?" Man, it was crazy last year. They wanted it to be so clean that they had little goblins following everybody with little brooms sweeping up all the dust under their feet. And one guy got in trouble because he tried raping one, but that's beside the point.
Sounds like the real parties I've heard of.
Fuck, I can't even remember the rest of them. What more hat job?
Well, there was something about someone's like parent or grandparent going there and doing some whack.
And
Which is
anyway,
obviously where that came
they
from.
just kept saying random stuff about hat job, like they're gonna have all of these guests attending. All of them made up names that I have no idea who they were.
And then they just say Cardi B. I don't know what the deal with that is.
But I just kept asking, like, hold on. Everybody shut up. What is hat job? And they said, it's coming 2020. Are you ready? And I said, I don't know. What is hat job? And
Kanye's
then
campaign.
I woke up the next day still not knowing what hat job was.
What is hat job?
What is hat job?
We have to wait another year to find out.
I'm 2020 hat job. Be there.
That's just gonna be fucking Kanye West presidency campaign.
Kanye West featuring hat job.
Kanye starts up hat job.
Hat job 2020
You think he'd
for
do
president.
You think he'd do it if you just like emailed him or something? You're like, yo, I will
Kanye,
vote for you, but hat
you
job.
gotta
is-
play hat job.
You gotta
Oh,
do
sick!
that.
What is hat job? And then we just go on.
You don't know what hat
You don't
job
know
is?
about hat job?
Oh, it'd be great. We just meme on him and then make him meme on the world.
He makes it happen. He hires a bunch of little small people and like, oh, keep that floor clean.
Fucking
Oh my
hat job.
god, hat job.
All
That's
right,
a
next
that's a good
topic.
one. All right, let's reach into the hat job and pull out a sick party. Ugh.
What if you pulled it out and it just said hat job 2020?
I would drop kick.
Well, then we'd talk about hat
The
job.
hat morphs a mouth and says, "Have you not been to hat job?"
You
The
don't
fucking
know
hat from Harry Potter just appears.
All right, we got
Hatting
Drunk
job.
Tales, the one we've all been waiting
Oh,
for.
drunk tales.
Drunk Tales. It's Drunk Tales. I don't remember the DuckTales theme.
Woo!
Okay, listen. What kind of drunk tales do we want? Do we want
The ones where we're drunk.
All of them.
Okay, then I got a few.
All right.
All right, you go
kick
first
us off.
because I can assume that me and Kyle might have more.
No, I'll let you two go first since mine's more like mine's about a 3D woman.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, you go on. I'm interested to hear this one.
tell us about your 3D ventures.
Oh god,
Enlighten us on your degeneracy.
it was last year a Halloween party I had with a bunch of friends from my program at and oh.
Beep that out. We don't want them to know where we live.
that out again. God damn it, Tyler.
It was a flying school in the middle of Antarctica.
hat job.
What's wrong with saying that?
You're DDoSing us!
That's not always DDoSing you.
You can say that.
No, you can't. They know where our
Fine,
school is.
fine. You were at Monster High.
Yeah, fucking
Fine.
wolf girls.
Monster High.
It's the monster mash.
Anyways, one thing led to another. We all got drunk and we ended the night with truth or dare. One thing led to another. This lady was dared to make out with me.
Hell yeah.
Let alone did it happen once. I was like, hey, that makeout session was shit. Let's have another one.
Dude.
Your lips suck. Let's do it again.
Do it again, this time with feeling. It's so fucking slimy, but it's good.
It worked. So then it happened again. Then they're like, okay, we can't handle it anymore, so we just stopped it there. Then towards the end of the night, everyone's going to bed. Me and this person are just cuddling in a bed. And one thing led to another. Your boy smashed twice that day. So it was nice.
I'll stick to tooties, thank you.
Okay, now for the funny ones.
Now for something amusing.
So, we have many in our years. We've done a lot of stupid stuff. But I remember one that is probably one of my most fondest. Me and Kyle, we support each other because we both get equally destroyed.
Because we're both equally bad at making good decisions in our lives.
Tyler is very disinterested, and sometimes he has his bouts of being drunk too and unable to help us.
And then he ruins the upholstery.
That's another story. We'll tell that one later.
That was one time.
It only takes one hit.
I wish I was high that night.
Would have been worse.
Oh no.
No, it probably would have been because then I would have fucking just ate everything and not drank.
Then you would have thrown up more.
I would
Regardless,
give you some more.
me and Kyle support each other. We hold each other up when we're falling down.
Which is often.
And yeah, and we were making our nightly trip to McDonald's after a good old drinking session.
Which we do almost every time we drink.
I can't remember what we were drinking. It was probably Bushmills. I love the Bushmills.
Probably a couple of Bushmills.
Bushmills or Finlandia, the good stuff.
The goodies.
But me and Kyle, we're arm in arm, we're swiveling, we're swaying, we're talking out of our asses. We're just the standard drunk stuff, and I'm like, no, you're my best friend. No, I'm your best friend.
Getting fucking sentimental because we're wasted.
And then I'm laughing about something, and we walk under a low-hanging tree.
Oh, God.
Oh, no.
And my mouth is wide open, and an entire branch goes all the way down my throat. I feel it tickling my Adam's apple or whatever. And then I pull away. I go, I keel over, coughing uncontrollably, and then I throw up all of the alcohol that I drank.
It's because we drink pretty late, so we were heading out here pretty late, and you can't see it happen. He said he didn't see it happen. We didn't see it happen. We just see this man stop with his head going back, and he goes. The man fucking died. Oh,
but I tried to continue on like it didn't happen immediately after, and I'm like still kind of walking unsupported, and I'm like coughing and hacking, and then I think I make it all the way down to like there's these little rock set up things.
They're pretty big. That
jump down to the parking lot of the Walmart near the McDonald's. I jump down there, and I'm pretty sure immediately when I get down there, I throw up. Like, I pretty much did a superhero pose as I jumped down and I threw up right at my feet.
Oh, I was imagining the whole tree situation. You know the one meme where the fucking guy is in, like, the nun mask and the guy has, like, the wooden
Yeah.
thing just going... I'm just imagining something like that happening. Man, you just fucking blew a tree.
I did.
Gave him that deep throat.
Alright, Kyle, it's your turn.
Oh God! You see, the best stories of when we're drinking is often when I'm hammered, because I'm one of the ones who does that. But first, I guess I'll tell one about when Tyler was getting more drinks.
I'll tell that once. That one's my story.
I want to tell.
I mean,
this
yeah,
one,
probably we'll get
we're gonna
Tyler's
tell-
side first, and then we'll get his, and then we'll tell our side of it.
But you tell a story before.
Fucking. You want me to tell one of mine or this one?
Yours.
All right. Well, because a lot of my stories I can't tell a whole lot because I would pass out drunk. But
don't worry, I'll fill in the blanks for you if I can remember.
Yeah. Probably the one fun night of drinking where we're just booling in my friend's backyard, and I'm having way more drinks than I should, and losing track of it all. The last thing I remember is going inside. I'm like, sorry guys, gotta hit the washroom. So I hit the wash. I go inside.
You
take a
literally
shot.
hit the washroom.
Yes, I hit the washroom, literally. I go inside, and I take a shot. I go to the washroom. I come back out. I think I took a shot. I can't remember anything after that. But it was
You probably took a shot.
a lot of what I hear is, I'm talking to shadows. I'm pointing into the darkness. I'm like, I see you. There was no one there, I think.
I'll tell this story from my point of view because there's a lot that is being left out.
Oh, yeah.
You did not go inside and take a shot. You went inside and took 3. Me and Connor I was relatively buzzed. I was feeling it. But me and Connor were just talking about life, looking up at the stars and stuff. And then you come back out after probably around 3 shots, and you plump yourself back down in the chair. We don't know how you made it down the stairs, but you barely...
I went up the stairs?
Yes, you went up and down the stairs.
Those are wooden stairs. Those are dangerous.
But you pretty much throw yourself at the chair, and you manage to stick the landing, but it almost topples over. So I grab it, and then I throw you back down to the ground and kind of swivel myself back over to Connor, and I'm like, as we were saying. And from then on, it was just you saw his dad through
This
the door,
part,
and
I
you
know
were
a bit
pointing
more.
at him, and you're like, who the fuck is that?
Who the fuck is that?
And you're like, I see you.
Who's that in your house?
And we're like, Kyle, shut up, man. And then that was the start. And then you kind of look over at the shadows, and me and Connor are still talking, and you are just staring off into the void. Like, off into the shadows where we can't see. And then you started talking to whatever was there, and you were like, oh, yeah. And like, you're pointing, and you're like, yeah, I see.
Oh.
Them damn shadow people.
And then it was about time to go home. I was not going to even bother trying to ask what you were talking to the shadows about. I help you get your shoes on, and then I'm not even supporting you. I'm almost carrying you home. And stupid me, I noticed 2 other drunk people lying on some guy's front yard, and I say, I wish I didn't do it, but I say, Kyle, look over there. There's 2
That
drunk
was
idiots.
mistake
Do you
number
see
one.
those people? Do you see those people? They're degenerates. And like kind of snickering to myself, kind of wanting to see what would happen. You say, hey, I see you over there, you fucking losers. And you're yelling at them and stuff, and like, I guess they can't quite hear you, so they're like, you guys got any weed?
Oh, no.
And then you're like, no, we don't do weed, you losers. And I'm like, Kyle, shut up. Kyle, shut up. I'm like leaning right into your face, like I'm staring into your eyes, but you are not seeing me. And like, Kyle, shut up.
We made it home alive.
And
Well,
they're starting to get up and follow us, but we were almost to your house.
And later that night was fun. I got
The
my
infamous
comeuppance.
bookshelf.
The bookshelf. I got my comeuppance that night, because imagine this. I don't remember the trek home. I don't remember anything. And I get up, and I'm holding the white shirt that I was wearing when I was out, and it is stained very, very red. Red and brown, because it was blood and vomit. And I see my mother in the hallway, and she's on the phone talking to someone, and I hear her say, yeah, he hit his head. I'm like, I hit my head? And you can just they hear me through the phone, and it's like, if he hit his head and doesn't remember it, this is a problem. They thought I had a concussion, and so I kind of look, I'm like, there's a lot of blood on this shirt. I immediately send out a snap, I'm like, what happened?
I remember seeing
Everyone was concerned, but I look to my side, my bookshelf and manga and books, they're all over the place, the shelf is on the floor, and I find out afterwards that I had basically come home, flopped on my bed, then rolled off and just bashed my chin open on the fucking bookshelf. So yeah, that was my karma for picking fights with random drunk people. But it was pretty.
I should have told you that you got jumped.
Dude, that would have been.
How would you explain the aftermath of you being completely?
I mean,
fucked up?
honestly, I'd be pretty impressed if I got out of being jumped with only like a scuff on the chin.
You got jumped, but I fought them off like a brave Samaritan.
Just fucking fighting these guys off.
I thought I had to. I was like kind of getting myself in
If we
stances.
were there any longer, you probably would have. I would have probably tried and failed miserably, but it's good thing that didn't come to that, and this is why I tend to watch myself a little more nowadays. I don't do that anymore.
Or so you think.
So I think I am prone to bad decisions.
All right, I think it's time for the infamous Tyler Volcano of 2018.
I want to know what your perspective of this night was.
So you go first.
Was that last year?
I think it was.
It was, because this was after the our first year of college, wasn't it?
I think so.
It was we were
Or
celebrating.
no, that might have been
something.
2 years ago because I was doing my co-op then, or I was getting ready to do my co-op.
Was it?
Yeah. Either way, time. doesn't
Either
matter.
way, this happened and it was pretty whack.
Was that the same night that I punched a bunch of snowbanks too?
Yes.
Yes.
Everyone was punching snowbanks.
I was the only one that was putting my effort into it fully.
All right. Here's the beginning and what I think is the end.
The magnum opus of Tyler.
This is not one of my proudest moments. I'll be honest about that. I kind of wish I didn't go all out that night. But yeah.
I used all my power.
Oh, dude, if you tried that, then the TV would have been soaked.
Regardless, let's stop cutting them off. We'll let them tell.
Anyways, Connor decided to invite a bunch of us to have like a fucking Korean barbecue type shit. And we're all like, hell yeah.
It was actually French.
Oh, fuck off. Raclette, whatever.
Yeah, it's a raclette, and it's French, apparently.
Rock-
Fuck it. It's a rock you cook things on.
Rock clit.
Anyways, we all thought it'd be we all had the great idea. Let's bring alcohol.
A lot of it, too.
I probably had the worst mindset 'cause I planned on going there and getting full on fucking
Yeah, it was
shit
after
faced.
this where you quit for a little bit.
Yeah, with
And that was the
reason.
catalyst. That was the catalyst for Connor quitting too.
Oh, yeah.
Me and Kyle are the only full degenerates now.
The only full alcoholics.
Anyways, fast forward a couple hours, we're all hanging out, we're booling, we're eating food, we're all drinking.
We got shirtless. We started yelling.
That was me.
They did.
I did too.
Yeah, I remember.
You joined me at some point.
We still have the image of you in the chair and fucking you shirtless in the chair and fucking shirtless Eric like in your arms leaning back like it's a fucking Disney princess.
Find that image, send it to me, I will put it on my Tinder profile.
I will do that.
Anyways, I had the bright idea of like, hey, I know the golden rule of drinking alcohol is never to mix them. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna fucking mix them.
You mixed 2 drinks, one for him and one for me.
Yours wasn't even that. I had 2 of my own drinks by the time I even made yours.
Tyler, the mixologist.
Anyway, so it was vodka, rum, whiskey, and this fucking cherry liqueur.
Cherry liqueur.
Liqueur or whatever. That shit was disgusting.
Maybe because of
Liqueur
everything else.
is gross when you're only drinking liqueur.
Yeah. That's the type of shit like you put in your coffee if you want a little alcohol in it.
Just put Bailey's in your coffee. Something creamy.
That is a liqueur, isn't it?
No. It's
Bailey's
kind
is-
of creamy, but like
I thought
I
Bailey's was
wouldn't.
always
I wouldn't use
considered
cherry
liqueur.
liqueur in my coffee.
Obviously not, because that shit's fucking kite. But anyways, I had this all in one fucking what are those cups called? Like
Red Solo?
A red
Red
Solo.
Solo cups. And I drank it. I drank it all. It was all gone. I was like, you know what? Wasn't half bad. I'm gonna have another one.
Yeah, that was a bad decision.
So-
Granted, I respect him for being able to finish it. I had 2 shots worth, or
vodka.
like two, like the whole drink equaled out to 2 very big shots, I'd say. And I finished the second shot, but then I instantly just kind of threw it back up right out the back door, which I was luckily right next to. And it was hilarious because I'm sitting there making sure I'm not going to vomit even more. And Eric tenderly comes over and just holds my hair behind my head.
No, listen.
And I'm like, I appreciate it, but I think
really
the time's
am the
passed.
dad of the drunk scenes.
Listen,
I'm a bad dad because I caused the drinking.
I was sitting across the table and all I see is Kyle looking out the fucking backyard door. I was like, that man's fucking puking.
That man
Idiot, that man is throwing up.
because of me.
I was so happy I wasn't the first one to puke, because you never want to be
Oh,
that
you
guy.
puked the hardest.
Oh yeah, I'll admit to that. I puked the hardest, but I wasn't the first guy. When you're the first guy, that's embarrassing. But what I did was very embarrassing as well. But anyways, I make my second drink, and some fucker at the fucking thing decided to put food in my drink.
It was me.
No, you put the chip because you didn't want to eat the chip because that's a chip you had in the fucking thing for like 30 minutes to the point it was smoking.
Yeah, I put the chip on the grill.
But some guy put like a concoction of like beef, bacon, and cheese in my drink. So I was like, fuck it. Drank it all, ate the food, blackness. But I got a few glimpses. The shirtless part, I remember shouting at AJ. I still feel bad for
We
AJ.
all shouted at AJ.
I remember shouting at AJ,
Platic.
Platic, Eric, you. I shouted at everyone basically. It got to the point where people fucking were pulling out their phones, recording me.
I remember as well because I was kind of getting in the dark as well. I didn't throw up though somehow.
I remember
But-
one instance where I had just come out of the washroom and I flop on the floor because I was told the carpet was really comfy. It was a very comfy
I
carpet.
told you the floor was comfy. I
Yeah.
remember that.
Because that's all Eric did was lay on the fucking ground.
And I flop on the floor and I see this man's foot and he's bleeding through his sock. I'm like, I start screaming at him. Why are you bleeding? And
Yeah,
he's-
you were bleeding profusely.
And he yells back at me, I got an ingrown toenail, that's what it does. I stubbed my toe. And we're having this screaming match. I'm like, you gotta take care of yourself.
Now listen.
Fuck you.
Let me explain that. It got to the point like we're all gone except for AJ.
the sober ones, the ones that aren't drinking.
Yeah.
I remember Platic came with a gas mask, and AJ came as himself. But I remember one glimpse I had of this was blackout Eric. Okay, when you're really drunk, you just start taking letters out of your name. You know, ERIC, I was at ick. I was half the man I used to be.
Nice.
But anyways,
But I was running around, and I remember saying, "You gotta kiss your homies goodnight." And I grabbed AJ by the back of the head, and I kissed his forehead. And then I went over to Platic, and I grabbed him by the ears, and I kissed the goggles that were on his head. But that's beside the point. Tyler, continue.
the reason why my toe was bleeding was because at that point, I think we were playing music, and we all just started like huddling together, like swing side from side.
I remember that.
But do you know what happens? Carter's like, fuck your foot.
That was a very dramatic movement.
And fucking jumps on my toe. I was like, fuck, I don't want to look down. Because it's the reason why I don't wear white socks anymore. Because back then, when I had the ingrown toenail, like, you could see like the blood and all that.
Naturally.
But yeah, he stepped on my toe. I looked down. I was like, fuck. And we're standing on a white carpet, of all things. I felt so bad.
Yeah. I felt bad for a lot of it. We fucked up that house, but that's not even the worst. Continue.
God.
Don't postpone it any longer. The people want to hear. The masses want to hear.
I'll say this, then get to that part. I remember sitting we all mentioned that I took off my shirt at one point. I remember sitting in the middle of the room, shirtless, screaming at everyone I'm pretty sure one of you guys snapped it, and someone responded to the snap. It was Sushi. Responded to like Connor's snap or something. He's like, tell the fat guy to put his shirt back on. So fucking Connor tells me that. I was like, he's like, oh yeah, Sushi tells you to put your shirt back on. I was like, tell the stupid just fucking shut up.
We gotta bleep that.
My job is gonna be so hard.
There's a lot of shit in there, and we're at like what?
An hour and 10 minutes
Get
Alright,
fucked.
we'll probably cut it after the
after our grand finale.
yeah,
here.
the grand finale that also ended the night.
The great grand finale and the final moments of Tyler.
Tyler was no longer Tyler.
I was Tyler.
Tyler was simply
I was.
He was R.
He was big.
I was sitting beside AJ, and I'm chilling, I'm booing, I got my drink
On the nice couch.
on the nice couch.
AJ with his nice new jacket.
Oh yeah, we probably should have said something about that. I didn't know. I still feel bad. I'm just sitting there chilling beside AJ. I'm talking to him, and I feel weird.
I feel funky.
I feel something come up. And here's how it happened. I threw up a little bit. I swallowed it back down. I was like, okay, I'll be fine. I'll head to the bathroom right now. I was sadly mistaken. My drink is filled to the top. The next thing you know, I look down, my shirt is gone. My pants are a mess.
The couch is a mess, and AJ is losing his shit. He's scared.
I look over at AJ like, oh, don't worry about it, I'm fine.
I feel so bad for them. They were just probably watching this horror show, this satanic ritual just the entire night.
And I'm just booling around the room having a good time, and I see everyone freaking out about something, going, oh, vomit.
The thing
And
that
I
sucked,
turn around and I see this man is dead.
the thing that sucked about it the most is that it was red mixed with white chunks for some reason. So it didn't look all too good. I remember putting my cup down on the table. Connor and Eric just fucking dragged me to the bathroom. Hey, if you need to puke in the toilet. I didn't puke for the rest of the
He
night.
remained on the floor.
I just laid there. I think I fell asleep for like an hour
He
or
probably
so.
fell asleep
So
for a bit.
here's my point of view. I was in the bathroom while you were in the action of throwing up, in the process of relieving yourself of your bodily fluids, and I come out and just complete chaos. Like, the room is destroyed. For a minute, I am stone cold sober. I see everything in 20/20 vision, all of the chaos, every bad thing in this world. And I just say, oh
Eric
my
says
God.
at that very moment.
And I put on my cape and my glasses and I say, this world needs heroes. And then me and Kyle, the most gallant drunk lads to ever grace this world, the most capable people on this planet, we drag Tyler to the bathroom. Kyle immediately starts sweeping up all the vomit.
Yeah, because I'm drunk enough that I'm just like, just give me some fucking paper towels or something. I'll pick up these chunks with my fucking hands.
And
right?
I handle the couch, and then AJ, out of probably sheer terror and confusion, also starts cleaning up the couch, and I say, okay, you got this. And
You
then
got it.
I'm on damage control with Tyler, and I'm kind of half helping Connor, who doesn't quite know what's going on either. So I say he needs food to help soak up the alcohol.
He needs bread.
Yes, so me, Kyle, and Connor go to get some bread. And we get the bread. We go into the bathroom, and I say he needs this to soak up the alcohol. So Kyle and Connor start throwing the bread at
All right.
Tyler.
Here's the thing, right? We're kind of like trying to give it to him, but he's on the floor and he's like so fucked up, so we're kind of like just dropping it on his face. And then I sit there, I'm like, he ain't taking the bread. I'm just gonna put this bread on the counter. So I put the bread on the counter and I walk away.
The two most memorable things of that time is I remember I had a note in my phone saying Connor's sister was hot. That, and when his dad arrived home.
His dad arrived amidst the chaos.
I said sorry so many times.
Yeah, you got me to say sorry so many times to him too. And then his dad was like, "Oh, it's fine." His dad is.
His dad's a cool dude who's done his own shit.
He started pouring out shots of tequila for us.
Yeah, he started giving us shots of tequila. I remember vividly. He gives me a shot of something. I'm like, "What's this?" He's like, "Just drink it." I'm like, "Oh, okay. Thanks for the peer pressure." So I drink it naturally. I'm like, "It tastes like a cinnamon bun or something like that." And he just gives me this fucking weird, this like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" look. And he's like, "That's not what it is at all. It's tequila of whatever flavor it was." And then you sit there with your drink because he gave you one as well, and you're like, "It tastes like this." And he's like, "What the fuck is wrong with you people?" And I remember when he came home, he's walking through the room, walking over the chaos, and me just sweeping up the floor, and he looks at me, and he looks at his own son, and he's like, "Does he always do this when he's drunk?" And they're just like, "We never seen him like this." I'm like, "I'm just sweeping, man." So I think that's why he gave me more shots. He's like, I remember him saying, "Let's just fucking keep him drunk, keep him here."
Keep him liquored up.
Yeah.
I just remember, it was at that point, Connor took my shirt off me, and decided...
Yeah,
the second time in the night.
Yeah, they washed the shirt for you.
Yeah, that was cool of them. I was just laying on his floor in the bathroom.
Yeah.
And after that, we carried you to your sister's car.
I remember sitting there because we're like, we need a phone to call his sister. So I'm like, all right, use my phone. Give him my phone, and he's on the floor talking to his sister like, "Please, I need a ride."
I'm dead.
Oh, he's died. And I remember I go upstairs because this man's taking up the bottom bathroom on the floor. So I go up the stairs, on the wooden stairs that are dangerous, and I hate them. But I go up there, and I remember in the washroom, I'm taking a piss, and my phone rings. So I pick it up in the washroom, like, "Hello," and I just hear some woman's like, "Hi." I'm like, "Yo, what's poppin', B?" And it's like, "This is Tyler's sister." I'm like, "Oh shit, what's up?" And she's like, "Well, I'm here to pick him up." I'm like, "Oh, all right." So I go, I exit the washroom. I exit the washroom. And I'm coming down the stairs waving my phone like, "Yo, Tyler, your sister's here to pick you up." And I just hear this feeble Tyler go, "I know."
I can sense her.
and I'm like, "I don't know how you know, but okay." So we lug him up and we drag him out to his sister's car.
And then after that, it's just a blur. Other than remembering that I'm on the floor, half on the couch, yelling into Connor's dad's ear, like, "It's Tool! It's the Pot by Tool!"
We were trying to
I know.
use
I'm trying to
Spotify.
find it. What's the song called again? It's the Pot by Tool. Please, I just want to hear the Pot by Tool.
It was because we were just listening to these Spotify songs, and he tried to find the Pot by Tool, and he couldn't find it. So, and of course, Connor's dad's sitting there like, "Well, he's totally wasted, so I'll just help him." And he's sitting there, just this defeated, dejected individual after a long night.
The most calm and understanding gentleman, just
He's
sitting
a
there
good man.
listening to me blubber about how I just want to hear the Pot.
The Pot by Tool. And I'm just watching this dejected man end his night with sadness. I'm like, "Oh, this has been a wild night."
It's safe to say after that night, I kind of stopped for a while. Then now I actually think about how much I'm actually going to drink.
Yeah, I remember the initial story I was actually going to tell was a brief one about how you were actually a little drunk, and we were walking, and it was me, you, Eric, and Connor, and we're
Is
walking.
that when we split up?
Yeah, that's when we split up, and I go with you, and I'm you were kind of like arm in arm, but you're kind of leaning on me. We walk by some dudes because we're out front of a fucking Walmart, and I'm like, "Oh shit, it's a young couple of people that are normal, act sober." And the second we approach them, he's like, "Hey, what's up? How you doing?" I'm like, "Tyler, stop it." Later on, he slapped the ass of a penguin statue and hurt his hand, then fell over. That was pretty much it.
I remember that.
Yeah.
I do not remember that night.
You're pretty wild when you're drunk.
Was
I
that
gotta
the Jolly
say.
Rancher night?
No,
it
this
couldn't
was
have
way
been.
before the
I did
Jolly
not make
Rancher
it
night.
off the floor on the Jolly Rancher night. We'll tell that one in the next podcast.
We'll tell that one later. We always have a drunk tale because we like to drink. We're horrible people.
But yeah, here's the thing. I don't think I told you guys after that night, after the raclette thing, I didn't eat for like 3 days.
Jeez, were you that afraid that you would
Yes.
oh my
'Cause-
god, you must have been absolutely trashed if you still felt the hangover.
Cause like the night after, like the morning after, I had just like that much of apple juice, like just like a fair little
Like
bit.
a little shot of apple juice.
Yeah. All it was acid. So I was like, fuck it. I'm not eating at all for the next 3 days.
Yup. I've been there.
Oh, we all
I'm
have.
fat, so my body just ate the fat. I'm fine.
Anyway, we should probably end this around here.
Yep, that has been the MD cast.
See you next week. Hopefully we'll
Probably.
have some other friends of ours to tell more stories.
Maybe. Tell
Maybe
us
some
how
more
idiots we are.
coherent ones. And if you have any ideas of what we should say in the comments, please let us know.
Or just tell us we're losers. That too.
Yeah, that'll probably be a fair amount of that as well, but who cares?
Yeah, it's all fun.
Knowing our friends.
Anyway, see you next week.
Have a fun time.
Like us.
Like, comment, subscribe.
Stop talking so we can end it.
Clap sync.